If there's one car that has taken the interest of a lot of Kenyans, it is the 2015 Toyota Harrier. Today we're going to take a look at this car. We're going to take a look at all the tips and tricks, the performance, the drive, the interior and exterior, and what makes this car very unique and a preference for most Kenyans. If you're new to this channel, this is Magari Car Reviews. Welcome to another episode, and please think of subscribing and clicking that red button. It really helps us out if you do that. Today is a very special day because we're going to take a look at our car that has traditionally been referred to as the anti-Harrier car. We're going to take a look at this car and see if it's a great fit for you. So come along with us, let's take this ride. Let's start up from the front. The grille, it looks a bit aggressive but also a bit feminine, and has that nice look to it with the traditional eagle, that's the Harrier logo. Then we go down to the grille here that has a big intake to the radiator and a lower lip that contrasts the color between this metallic black dark grayish kind of look and the lower kind of silver plastic down here, that then slides and wraps the car very well to these neon lights here that you have, and also has the daytime running lights as well. The fog lights then go down here, and then it comes down all the way to the 18-inch alloy wheels that is standard in this type of car, and then wraps around all the way until the back. You find that this design is a bit more unique. It's dynamic, aerodynamic, very well, takes and helps with the speed and also the fuel efficiency. On the windscreen you have the wiper sensors and the light sensors as well. Means that if it's dark, the lights come on automatically. So over here you get the side mirrors that also come on with indicators as well that are attached to it, and also a camera down here that also helps you to navigate the car very well. Then it has got these additions that come to the windows, meaning that you can lower the windows without necessarily opening it up all. Chrome accents over here that makes the car look a bit sporty, and then that chrome goes all the way until down here as well, and wraps with the lower plastic down here that also helps you with the dust and things like that, so that it doesn't come to your clothes. Then you also at the back you get the chrome accent at the door handle, and then the back, you at the top of the car you also have the aerial that is also styled for aerodynamics. You have the rear spoiler that's attached to the boot, and then you also have the spoiler with brake lights that is also LED. If you ask me, this is the mid-size SUV with the best back interior, because you've got these lights that are nicely styled LED lights. Down here you've got the contrast as well that I mentioned, the gray and the dark, and also you've got the exhaust that is dual. There are some designs that come with the four of them. There's some that even come with one, but this one comes down, and then it finishes off with the camera down here that comes on as you reverse. All in all, that's how the car is well styled. It's dynamic, it looks super, it looks awesome, and it's generally a great in between mean but also elegant looking. Let's take a look at the interior and see how this car really is. So inside the 2015 you get to see how far up you're sitting. Very great visibility in this wide kind of windscreen that you're sitting there. And then also in the steering, this, although it's a Toyota, you get to see that there's some little kind of premium tricks and touches that they've done. The steering here comes with a bit of leather in the middle, and then also some of the steering wheel is all leather apart from this top over here, and then it also has got the stitching that makes it very comfortable to the touch, and when you're in long distances you don't feel tired driving this car. And then of course the elephant in the room, I mean, this car interior cabin is all leather up here with the stitching that is white that also just kind of blends with the color. Back here is a bit of some hard rubber, not plastic all the way, and then over here is also clothing that looks very good, because this is black, this is sort of maroonish, and then the stitching is also white, and then the finishes such as the door handle is aluminium or chrome touch, and then you've got this kind of wooden finishing that's a touch of it, but it's actually plastic. And then when you put on the car, the gauges are actually analog, but then they have some lighting back that lights on it that you can see it very clearly, even if it is actually very bright outside. So you get a very good visibility of all the gear clusters. And then you've got on your steering, you've got all the information that you need. You've got your telephone controls here, you've got your volume, you've got the mode that you can actually change here, and of the infotainment system. You've also got the controls of the information panel that you can get here. That's a bit small, and we'll show you that very clearly. And then you've got the center console over here that is all touch. You've got your dual climate control, you've got your front and rear defroster, and you've got all the other controls here. The menu here, this is a stock kind of infotainment system that comes with the car. Some of it is in Japanese that can be changed into an Android one if you want. Then you've got the timer that's also there that shows the clock, and then you've also got this gear that is also dual. You can put it in automatic, or you can put it in manual, where you push up and down and it changes the gear as well. Over to the storage for this car. This car has got adequate storage. If you look at it down here, you can open up, put some cup holders. You've got your power connector there, and then you've got the key fob that opens the rear boot but also opens the car and closes it. This is the basic one that comes with all the cars. Another storage unit here is leather, very nice to put your hand in it, but also when you open, you can also put your driver's license. You can put some of the things that you can store here. Up here it's got the mirror that also lights up with the light, and you can also close it. The thing with this car that's a bit downside, this car doesn't have the panoramic sunroof. Most of the trims that come with this Harrier in this class have the sunroof, which is an option. This one doesn't have, unfortunately, but some of them do. And then you've also got some storage space over here that's also leather, and that's the front of the car. In all, it's a good cabin. It's not as big as the other bigger SUVs such as the Toyota Land Cruiser, but it's in the same class as the Mazda CX-5, the Mitsubishi, or even the Tiguan. And it's, to me, I think it's a very good competitor to consider when you're going for this class of car. So one thing I wanted to talk about is some of the tips and tricks of this car. One, it's got the lane departure assist. If you click this and then you are driving in the road, when you leave your lane, it kind of warns you that you're leaving your lane. It's got the traction control as well. The other thing I wanted to mention is the styling. The chrome Harrier badging over here. The mats have also got Harrier badging, and then the door controls, the mirrors, the windows have also got nice touches, and you can feel that this is a bit of rubber and this is a bit of plastic on top, carved with this kind of wooden finish that's also plastic, and then going around to the leather. You can actually tell that this is something that is actually premium on this car, and it's a good feel for you to have this when you're actually driving. Now in the back here, it's also comfortable enough. You get the all leather kind of seats also at the back, same as the front. It just contrasts a bit with some kind of clothing that is also kind of diamond shaped, that also helps with the comfort levels. In the middle here, you've got a place where you can also put your hand if you're just traveling 3 people, and then you've got also cup holders, something that you don't get in this kind of class of cars that are Japanese made. And then you can close that up and have a third person here. If a third person is sitting down here, it is actually flat. There is no transmission tunnel, so the person who's sitting at the back can also get a lot of space. And then there's also aircon, the air vents that are behind here that can be controlled. That's an added plus as well that makes this car comfortable also sitting in the back. You've got your handles that you can sit on, and then also at the back you're also taken care of. All the leather stitching here, the contrast that actually makes it nicely, and also the aluminium kind of feel, and also the handrest here that actually makes you kind of feel comfortable even in long rides in such a car. Now let's go back and see how this boot is. Another unique thing about this boot is that it opens up. You don't have to necessarily come and open it physically. You just press a button and it's easily open. So looking at the boot, it is bigger than most competitors in this category. Certainly bigger than the CX-5 that we've reviewed in this channel. If you want to look at that, check out the description. We'll leave a link there. Down here you've got this plastic thing protects the boot, but it can also be opened up to get more space down here, which can even fit a spare tile as well, and also extra space down here that you can also put your things. So all in all, the boot space is very good for if you're looking at carrying bags, a lot of things in the bag. This is certainly the car for you. To close the car, the boot, just press that button and it automatically closes. And that's the Harrier for you. We're taking a drive in the 2015 Toyota Harrier. As I mentioned, one thing that I'm seeing about this car is that good command view of the car that you get. It's a nice drive, comfortable. You don't have to really floor the exhaust for it to move. Now this is the third generation Toyota Harrier. There are two previous generations before it, and this is the one that goes from the 2014 model up to the 2020 model in terms of this shape. It's a dynamic drive, very comfortable, and there is not so much noise from outside. If you're inside the cabin, you don't get that much noise. This car, as I said, there's an optional sunroof. This one doesn't have. If it had a sunroof, it would be much more appealing. But nonetheless, I think this is still a good option. I mean, those extras usually come at a more cost to it. The clearance is good. Even if you're going through bumps, you don't really have to worry. You don't have to angle the car for it to clear the bump. And overall, also the steering wheel is very light for a car like this. You can hardly feel that you're driving it. Yeah, and that's it for the drive for the 2015 Toyota Harrier. So that's it for the 2015 Toyota Harrier. This is a car that is comfortable, it's luxurious, within the price range of about 3.2 to 3.8 million, depending upon the options that are available in the car. If you're thinking about getting this car or checking it out for a test drive, reach out to Ace Prestige Motors. They are all located along Gong Road. There's also a branch along Kiambu Road. Tell them that you saw them on Magari Car Reviews to get a good discount on the car that you're getting. If you're thinking about getting this car, it's very fuel efficient. It does about 16 kilometers per liter, but there's a hybrid version of this that does about 18 kilometers per liter. So it is fuel efficient, but also about the dynamic shape about the car gives it that good fuel efficiency that you need in this very hard time of high cost of fuel. That's it from Magari Car Reviews. Thank you so much for sticking around. Do not forget to subscribe. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. It really supports us in this channel. Thank you so much, and see you in the next episode.